Render is about to go parabolic and I will tell you why. Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. My name is Doc and today's video I'm going to explain to you why Render is about to go parabolic in the upcoming weeks and also give you my Render price prediction. So let's start this video off with the biggest AI news that happened during this week. OpenAI chief Sam Altman rejects a $97.4 billion offer from Elon Musk, Ari Emanuel and other investors for control of the AI giant. Last week, everybody was talking about DeepSeek AI being such a big thing. Now nobody talks about DeepSeek AI again. I told you it was purely FUD. And now Elon Musk and Ari Emanuel and other investors offer $97.4 billion for OpenAI. If DeepSeek was so good and that chips weren't needed anymore, then why would Elon Musk offer $100 billion for OpenAI? Because it was FUD. OpenAI is still the big thing, Nvidia chips are still needed, but something other which was really interesting about this article was the mention of Ari Emanuel. If you don't know who Ari Emanuel is right now, he's basically the CEO of Endeavor and he's also a Render Network advisor and team member. As you can see on the Render Network official website, meet the founder and advisors Ariel Emanuel. So yes, he's part of Render, and Jules Urbeck, the CEO and founder of Render Network, knows so many important people. Even the guy who actually bid with Elon Musk to buy OpenAI. Of course, it's not really a bullish catalyst for Render, but it just shows you one more time how professional and how big the team is in the AI world. And now let's move on with the big events which will cause Render to go parabolic in the next 4 to 6 weeks. So the first event is the biggest financial AI event of the entire year on February 26th, which is Nvidia fourth quarter financial results. This has been a major catalyst for Render in the past 1.5 years, and a lot of people don't believe me, even though every time I made a video before these kinds of events, Render pumped. And I will show you once again how fast these pumps can occur. So let's take a look at last year in February. So basically Monday, February 12th, in less than 2 weeks, Render pumped basically from $4.24 all the way up to like $8.10 or even more. Less than 2 weeks, and then in less than 4 weeks Render continued to pump, so basically from $4 all the way to $12.56, so a 3x in less than 4 weeks. During May, when crypto was dead, nobody believed it. In less than 2 weeks, Render once again pumped from like $6.80 to like $11.80, almost a 2x in 2 weeks. In August, the big crash, nobody believed anymore. In less than 3 weeks, from $3.40 to $6.40. Then again, we had this major run in November. Render was bottom out. Let's look at the first push in less than 2 weeks, $4 to $7.60. Then in 5 weeks, we had a big uptrend from $4 almost to $12, so a 3x. So people need to understand, usually a pump period takes to like 4 to 6 weeks, even 3 weeks. Like this candle, it could literally go from like 1 week here, 2 weeks here, 3 weeks here. That's how things move parabolic. But what you need is strong holders and people who actually talk about Render bullish. You need to continue talking bullish all the way up, because you need to attract new buyers, and once we're at the top you still remain bullish but you take profits. That's how smart people do it. And Nvidia earnings is in 11 days, and in my opinion we will get a parabolic move over the next 2 weeks. So next week, not financial advice, I'm expecting a big green week. But Nvidia earnings isn't the only big AI event in the next 4 to 6 weeks. Because if you didn't know yet, the biggest AI conference in the world, Nvidia GTC, is basically during March 17th till 21st. Another major catalyst, which is exactly 3 weeks after Nvidia earnings. So if Nvidia earnings is the start of the 4 to 6 weeks of uptrend, it could literally cause a massive green week for Render, continued by momentum, because a lot of people will FOMO in Render and they could just continue the pumps until the next event of March 17th. And last year Render was actually talking during this event, but this year the CEO has something even bigger than talking at Nvidia GTC. Because if you didn't know yet, Jules Urbach got actually asked about this question if he will be speaking at GTC 25, in which he answered, "I'm not going too deep on product announcement at GTC, mainly because Nvidia will be at RenderCon and we can do a much better messaging job with them there." So what they're basically talking about is RenderCon, the first ever Render official event, like real world event, and Nvidia will be attending that event. This could be anyone, like Render has advisors from Nvidia, but it could also just be Jensen, the CEO. So this is huge, and they will probably announce AI products, roadmaps and everything. And this event will be on April 3rd. So this, in my opinion, will be the final push of the 4 to 6 weeks of uptrend. So that's why I've always been talking about we buy close to Nvidia earnings and then we sell at the end of March. So this is what I'm expecting. 4 to 6 weeks of green candles coming. We're already seeing Bitcoin's dominance dropping. We're already seeing some meme coins recovering because they dumped literally 90 to 95%. So yeah, this is how the great thing starts. And yes, at the second part of this video, I will talk about my short-term and long-term Render price prediction for this upcoming movement. But before I do this, if you want to claim a $30,000 welcome bonus, just go to the top of the description and click on the partner Bybit link. Once you're at the Bybit partner link, you can see my name and Bybit, and you can see that you can get up to $30,000 in welcome rewards for just depositing and buying crypto. So don't waste this opportunity, because thousands of dollars in free bonuses could change your life in a bull run. So before I do my short-term price prediction, I always try to look at support and resistance areas, which are basically levels which you want to buy and take some small profits. And the two things I always use are the moving exponential average on a 200-day close and a 100-day close. As you can see, they're really close to each other. So let's just take here a resistance line at like $6.50. Then just turn them off again. So yeah, this is the first important resistance. Of course, there's always the other important method for resistance, which is the Fibonacci level. So we can actually draw that from here, but also from here, because we had a retrace here. So let's just take this from this $9 uptrend and just take this right here. So as you can see, the first really important levels are here. So we got the Fibonacci 0.382, which is basically around like $5.44. And then we got basically like $6.12 is really close to like the $6.50. Let's just take this area as a whole. So let's leave it at $6.50, but it could really get rejected at both. Then we got this $7 here. So we got here a weekly resistance as well. And of course the $9 as well. So for the short term, like this could be erased in 2 weeks. These are the resistance levels. For support, we have basically two support levels which are actually forming again, which is this daily demand zone. So let's just take it here in the middle. So this is a really good support line with like, let's say right here. So like $4.11 is looking like support zone. So we're going to draw here a green line because support means buy. And then as you can see, it was support here as well. And then on the weekly level, what we're also having is you don't want to go there. Like I don't expect the liquidity grab to happen again there because we're in an uptrend movement. Is if we just take a line here, and then we got here a very, very important level, which is basically the bottom of all these levels, which actually got liquidity grab, is actually this weekly demand zone. Like we cannot close below this, and actually you don't even want to close here. So let's say the weekly demand zone is here, and then you don't want to close below this like $3.62. This is the most important line actually. If you close the weekly below like this 361, it's basically over. But these are the levels. So basically the short-term resistance levels are the ones at the screen, like $5.50, $6.50, $8, $9. So these are resistance levels. Also, if we just purely look on weekly, we could say like this $6.70 is more common. Also here we could just move this one up as well. So we could say like this is a very strong level as well. And this is a very strong level as well, the 10.30. So on a little bit higher time frame, we could say these levels. And the buying levels 415 and 360. And then this is a liquidity zone. But as you can see, we already tested it. So if you even get the opportunity for 4.14 would be great. But what I'm expecting is uptrend. So these are support levels and basically the resistance levels of the short term. Then let's see what we can do for the short term price prediction. So what we need to do is like this one could be a double top as well. Like we don't have the time to play around this $5.44. We're so close to like big events. Then what could happen here is a support flip. Like this, people wouldn't like this, but let's say we come to 7 and then we get a liquidity grab. And then like we did last year, look at this. We went to like 8, got a liquidity grab here, a little bit higher, and then we pushed in a single week from $5 to 12.5. So a $7 push in a single week. So the same thing could happen here. This is week 1, liquidity grab during the week, and then we can just push here. The same thing, like to $12. Then we could have another setback like we had here. So we go up, setback, exactly the same setback, maybe here on the support flip. And this would be like week 1, 2, maybe this is 3. And now what we want to see for the upcoming weeks is the push here. So we got the 3 weeks here. The 4th week to this important Fibonacci level basically here. So we're actually moving on now to like the top of the next 4-6 weeks. And again, how can we actually get that? Let me just erase all these lines so I can actually put in my long-term price prediction. So there are 2 Fibonacci's right here which we can draw. We can draw from this top to this bottom. So the really important ones are the ones we're going to draw right now. So basically, let's take a line again. Horizontal line. Let's say we got here resistance. We make it red, so you know it's resistance. We got the Fibonacci here. And then we got another horizontal line, really important, the $30 mark. And then if we really get lucky and everything goes extremely well, we could push this 40 line, but let's just focus on the bottom 2 ones. So let's delete this Fibonacci again, because of course we had another major downtrend as well. So people will use these levels and will trade on these levels. So we're going to use this one. So important one, as you can see, the resistance support flip here on the weekly, we push through. Maybe we push through to the 17, then we get a denial, and then we can back to the previous all-time high, which would be really bullish and happens a lot. And then the final push over the next 4 weeks could be to like this 25 line, or maybe this 30, or maybe like in between. So this is a very bullish outcome right now for the next 4 to 6 weeks. But as I mentioned in last week's video, we need to see this push to like $12, to this like 11.8. So once we get these green candles, which we got here, like I said in the past, it only took 2 weeks to push ourselves here. So this would be week 1. This could be like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, finish it off. 6 weeks. It will last maximum of 6 weeks in my opinion once again, but we need everyone to remain bullish. Post on social media, help everybody out. You need exposure for Render. We just need to remain bullish. We're at the bottom. You need to keep posting a lot of bullish news at the bottom. And even at the top, continue the bullish news. But on YouTube, on Twitter, in my Telegram, I will tell you exactly when I'm selling. Even though we're gonna push higher targets on social media to get even more people to join the render cult. At one point, when everybody's max euphoria, when the fear and greed is on extreme greed, we just sell. It's about taking profits. We bought a lot around $4. We're not gonna waste our profits because once again, what could happen even if we get to all the way here, we know that the sell-off could bring us all the way down here again. So this is definitely possible again. So we're not gonna waste the opportunity here. But yeah, this was my short term and my 6 weeks prediction. After like the end of March, we can actually talk about how far can Render set back again. What are the buy targets for the final blow of top in Q4? And then again, depending on how deep Render sinks, we can make another uptrend. But for now, this is everything from me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to hit a big like if you did. Also follow me at TheRealDoc on Twitter when I post about Render, buying targets, news, everything you need to know about Render during the week, because of course a YouTube video is only made once during the week. You can also join my free Doc Crypto Lounge, in which I basically tell you exactly on what prices I'm buying Render and selling, showing my trading, even doing copy trading. As you can see, we hit 30 and 0 on copy trading in the last 30 days. I didn't lose a single week. It's all free. It's at the top of the description and the pinned comment. So definitely be sure to join my free Doc Crypto Lounge if you want to make money during this next upcoming uptrend. Subscribe to this channel for more crypto content and YouTube. Until next time.